morning, students. Warmly welcome to Others Educational Institutions. It's my pleasure. Welcome. Once again, I welcome you all to the online class. So, today we discuss the topic for electrical resistivity and electrical conductivity and system of resistors. So, yesterday we learned the electrical potential and electrical potential difference. That means a potential difference and Ohm's law and resistance of a material. Today, we discussed the electrical resistivity and the electrical conductivity, and the next one is the system of resistors. So resistivity means a measure the resisting power of a specific material to the flow of an electric current. That means the electrical resistivity, the resistance of any conductor, that means or resistance means or is directly proportional to the length and inversely proportional to the area of cross sections. So R is directly proportional to L and R is inversely proportional to area of cross sections. So hence R is equal to L divided by A. So R is directly proportional to L divided by A. Therefore R is equal to rho. That means a constant. The rho is a Greek letter. That means a Greek letter. So the specific resistivity, which means it has represented as a Greek letter. That means a rho. So rho into L divided by A. So whereas the rho is a constant called as electrical resistivity or a specific resistance of the material of the conductor. So in equation C, rho is equal to Ra by L. So if it is L is equal to 1 meter, if you assume that if you give the value of L is equal to 1 meter and area of cross section 1 meter squares, then the above equations rho is equal to R. That means the electrical resistivity is equal to resistance. Hence, the electrical resistivity of a material is defined as the resistance of a conductor of unit length and unit area of cross sections. Its unit is ohm meter. Its unit is ohm meter. The electrical resistivity of a conductor is measure of the resisting power of the specified material to the passage of an electric current. It is a constant for a given material. So the resistivity, if you know the nichrome wires, so heating element, they have to using a heating element. So the nichrome is a conductor with highest resistivity equal to 1.5 into 10 to the power of minus 6 ohm meter. So the nichrome is an alloy. So the nickel and chromium is mixed with the form a alloy of nickel and then chromium. So the next one, conductance. Conductance means for conductance of a material is the property of material is aid the flow of charge and hence the passage of current. The conductance of a material is mathematically defined as the reciprocal of the resistance. That means R. That means R. Hence the conductance G of a conductor is given by G is equal to 1 by R. Its unit is ohm. That means ohm per minus 1. It is also represented as mho. It is also represented ohm inverse. That means its unit is ohm inverse. So it is also represented as mho. The next one is a conductivity. The conductivity means for the reciprocal of a electrical resistivity of a material is called as the reciprocal of the electrical resistivity is of a material is called as electrical conductivity. So the electrical resistivity, that means electrical resistivity is inversely proportional. That means reciprocal. So sigma is equal to 1 by rho. Sigma is equal to 1 by rho. Its unit is ohm inverse and then meter inverse. That means it is also represented as mho meters mho meter. The conductivity is a constant for a given material. The electrical conductivity of a conductor is a measure of the ability to pass the current through it. Some materials are good conductor of electric current. Examples: copper, aluminium, etc. While some other materials are non-conductor of electric current. That means insulators. That means the insulator. Examples: glass, wood, rubber, air, etc. The conductivity is more for conductor than for insulator, but the resistivity less for conductor than for insulators. The resistivity of some common used materials given in the given resistivity of some materials in a tables. So nature of the materials. So this is a conductor and insulator. Material copper is a conductor and nickel and chromium. These are the conducting materials. That means a conductor. So insulator means for glass, rubber. That means does not conduct the electric resistivity. So it's a weak electric resistivity. So that means the copper it has 1.62 into 10 to the power of minus 8 ohm meter. Nickel 6.84 into 10 to the power of minus 8, and then chromium 12.9 into 10 to the power of 8. So these are the nickel and chromium. It mix with make an alloy of nichrome. That means the resistivity of a nichrome 1.5 into 10 to the power of 6 ohm meter. So this is one is the highest resistivity, and the next one is a insulator glass 10 to the power of 10 to 10 to the power of 14, and rubber 10 to the power of 13 to 10 to the power of 16. And then solved problems. So 4. So the resistance of a wire of length 10 meter is ohm 2 meter is 2 ohm, that means 2 ohm. If the area of cross section of a wire is 2 into 10 to the power of minus 7 meter square determines. So if you calculate the resistivity, conductance and conductivity. So if you find three values, one is the resistivity and conductance and conductivity. So first the given values, the given length is equal to 10 meter, and the resistance R is equal to 2 ohm, and the area of a cross section, that means A is equal to 2 into 10 to the power of minus 7 meter squares. So we know the resistivity formula. What is it? Rho is equal to RA by L. RA by L. That means rho is equal to resistance into area of cross section divided by length. So if you know the resistance 2 into area 2 into 10 to the power of minus 7 divided by 10. So it means the 10 is inversely 10 to the power of 1. It goes to numerator, it will say 10 to the power of minus 1. So that's why 10 to the power of minus 7 into 10 to the power of minus 1. This is a value of 10 to the power of minus 8. So 2 into 2, 4 into 10 to the power of minus 8 ohm meter. So this is the resistivity, and conductance, that means the G 1 by R. Conductance is equal, G is equal to 1 by R. So 1 by R. So 1 divided by resistance is 2. So that's why 0.2 mho. That means mho. And then conductivity is equal to sigma is equal to 1 by rho. So 1 divided by rho. What is the value of rho? 4 into 10 to the power of minus 8. So 0.25 into 10 to the power of minus 8 mho meter. And then system of resistors. You have learned how the resistance of a conductor affects the current through the circuit. You have also studied in the case of simple electric circuit containing a simple resistance. Now in practice, you may encounter a complicated circuit which uses a combination of many resistors. The combinations of resistors is known as system of resistors or grouping of resistors. The resistors can be connected in various combinations. The two basic method of joining resistors together are, so one is the resistors are connected in series, or the resistors connected in parallel. In the following sections, you shall compute the effective resistance when many resistors having different resistance values are connected in series and in parallels. So the resistors in series, a series circuit connected the components one after the other to form a single loop. That means a single loop, same lines or same series. A series circuit has only one loop through which current can pass. If the circuit is interrupted at any point in the loop, no current can pass through the circuit. Hence, no electric appliances connected in the circuit will be works. Series circuits are commonly used in the device of flashlight, that means a torch light. Thus, if the resistors are connected end to end, so that the same current passes through each of them, then they are said to be connected in series. So if we show the, sorry, if we see the diagrams, so if the series, the resistance R1 and R2 and then R3, these are the three resistors are connected in series. The three resistors are connected in series. So next one, let three resistors are R1 and R2, R3 can be connected in series. Let the current flowing through them I. According to Ohm's law, the potential difference V1, V2 and V3 across R1, R2, R3 respectively, the given Ohm's law. What is it? V is equal to IR. So V1 is equal to IR1 and V2 is equal to IR2 and V3 is equal to IR3. So that means V3 potential difference V3 is equal to current, that means current into resistance 3. The sum of the potential difference across the ends of each resistors is given by V is equal to, that means potential V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. That means the net value. So V is equal to V1 plus V2 plus V3. That so because of, so this is are connected in series. So that's why we add sum of the potentials V1, V2, V3 using these three equations. V is equal to IR1 plus IR2 plus IR3. The effective resistors in a single resistors which can replace the resistors effectively, so as to allow the same current through the electric circuit. Let the effective resistance of the series combination of the resistors be RS. That means resistors in series. That means resistors in series. The effective resistance of a series combination of the resistors be RS. That means resistors in series. Then V is equal to IRS. That means IRS. So the combination equations IRS is equal to IR1, IR2 and then IR3. That means RS is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. So thus you can understand that when a number of resistors are connected in series, the equivalent resistance or effective resistance is equal to the sum of the individual resistance. When N when n is the resistors of equal resistance or are connected in series, the equivalent resistance is nr. That means rs resistors in series is equal to number of resistance. The equivalent resistance in a series combinations is greater than the highest of the individual resistance. And the next one, solved problem. Three resistors. This is examples of resistors in series. So three resistors of resistance 5 ohm, 3 ohm and 2 ohms are connected in series with 10-volt battery. Calculate the effective resistance and the current flowing through the circuit. So they given R1, R2 and R3. R1 is equal to 5 ohm, R2 is equal to 3 ohm and then R3 is equal to 2 ohm and then volt battery. That means V is equal to 10 volt. So resistors in series, they are already they given the resistors in series connections. So the resistors in 3, so already said to the resistors are connected in series, connected in series. So they already said the reflective resistance are connected in series. So Rs is equal to R1 plus R2 plus R3. So Rs is equal to 5 plus 3 plus 2. R1 is equal to 5, R2 is equal to 3 and R3 is equal to 2. So the sum of the resistance is equal to 10 ohm. The sum of the resistance is equal to 10 ohm. So next questions. So for first, if I calculate the effective resistance, and next question, the current flowing through the circuit. What is the current of the values? So current is equal, I is equal to V by R. So according to Ohm's law, I is equal to V by R. R is equal to resistors in series. So V is equal to, already they given the 10 volt. So 10 divided by 10 is equal to 1 ampere. So the current is 1 ampere. And next one is the resistance in parallel. The parallel circuit has two or more loops through which current can pass. If the circuit is disconnected in one of the loops, the current can still passes through the other loops. The wiring in a house consists of parallel circuits because of the electrical appliances. Some of the electrical appliances, if the damage, it will be damaged. It does not affect for another or some of the electrical appliances. That's why we have to parallel circuit you have used in a parallel circuit in your house or home. So this is the circuit examples of circuit, parallel circuits. So the when I current, it can be passes through R1 into I1 and then R2 I2 and then R3. These are the three resistors are connected in parallel, and then if we connect it with the ampere. Next ones, consider the three resistors R1 and R2 and R3 are connected across two common points of AB. Two common points of A and B. The potential difference across each resistance is the same and equal to the potential difference between A and B. It is measured using the voltmeter. So if you measure using the voltmeter, the current I arriving at A divides into three branches, I1, I2 and I3, passing through the R1, R2 and R3 respectively. So according to the Ohm's law, I is equal to V by R. So that means I1 is equal to V divided by R1, I2 is equal to V divided by R2 and I3 is equal to V divided by R3. The total current through the circuit is I is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3 using this equation, three equations. So I is equal to V by R1 and V plus V by R2 plus V by R3. The effective resistance of the parallel combinations of resistors can be resistors per RP, that means resistance in parallel. Then I is equal to V by RP. So the combining equations, two equations and 4.16 and 4.17, V by RP is equal to V by R1 plus V by R2 plus V by R3. That means RP means for resistance in parallel. So 1 by RP is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. So let's listen. 1 by 1 V by RP, that is commonly V by RP is equal to V, if you taken common, 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3. So we subtract this V and then this V. That's why it will comes in 1 by RP is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 and then 1 by R3. When a number of resistors are connected in parallel, the sum of the reciprocal of the individual resistance is equal to the reciprocal of the effective resistance, effective or equivalent resistance. When n resistors of equal resistance R are connected in parallel, the equivalent resistance is R by N. That means resistance by N. So that is 1 by RP is equal to 1 by R plus 1 by R plus 1 by R. So if it is go on, so that's why number of resistors N is N divided by R. So 1 by RP, that means RP is equal to R by N. R by N. So the equivalent resistance in a parallel combinations is less than the lowest of the individual resistance. Next one, resistors, series connections of parallel resistors. Series connections of parallel resistors. If you consider the connections as a set of parallel resistors are connected in series, you get a series parallel circuits. Let R1 and R2 can be connected in parallel to the given an effective resistance of RP1. Similarly, let R3 and R4 be connected in parallel to give an effective resistance of RP2. Then both of these parallel segments are connected in series. So using in equations, 1 by RP1 is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2, and then 1 by RP2, that means 1 by RP2 is equal to 1 by R3 plus 1 by R4. So this is the connections, and this is the connect. This is 1 by R34. So Finally, using an equations of resistance, a net effective resistance, that means a net effective resistance R total, that means R total is equal to 1 R resistance in parallel 1 plus resistance in P2. So this net effective resistance is given below. And the next one, resistors, parallel connections of series resistors, parallel connections of resistors. If you consider a connections of set of series resistors connected in parallel circuits, you get a parallel series circuits. Let R1 and R2 be connected in series and to given an effective resistance of RS1. Similarly, let R3 and R4 be connected in series to given effective resistance of RS2. Then both of the serial segments are connected in parallel in this connections. So that's why using the equations RS1 is equal to R1 plus R2 and RS2 and the resistors in series connections R3 plus R4. So finally using an equation in 4.18 is equal to R total, that means R1 by R, that means R total resistance is equal to 1 by RS1 plus 1 by RS2. And the next topic, comparison between series and parallel connections. So first one, equivalent resistance. They can be different equivalent resistance. The series and parallel, the more than the highest resistance of a series connections, the parallel less than the lower resistance of a parallel connections. The amount of current can be passed in a series connection, that means the current is less and the effective resistance is more. So the series connections, it has current, less current and more effective resistance, and the parallel connections, the current is more, the effective resistance is low. Switching on or off, if one appliance is disconnected, other also do not work. In a series connections, if you switching in on, the appliances, all the appliances, it will be works. But the switch is off, one, if one appliance is disconnected, other also do not work. If the in a parallel connections, if one appliance is disconnected, other will works independently, because of if we connected with the independent connections. Thank you students, thank you very much.